I have to make sure I play that G chord all 4 counts, and then make sure I do that quick change to the B minor. Haha. Hey, thanks so much for joining me today for another questions from the comments section. And this is all about how to smooth out your chord transitions while you're strumming. If you're new here, my name is Katie. I'm a former bilingual teacher turned music teacher, and I'm here to kickstart your musical journey or help you grow when you've hit a musical plateau. So is this common way of practicing your chord transitions keeping you stuck? I find my students get really frustrated because they feel like they have to stop in between each chord, find their place, and then their strumming just never sounds even. So if that's you, I have 2 solutions for you. So the first one I'm going to give you right now, but make sure you watch the entire video so you don't miss strategy number 2. Strategy number 1 is keep going. No matter what, even if your chord transitions are just a little bit late or a little bit off, the timing is not exactly the way it should be or the way that it should sound. If you keep your right hand going, your left hand is eventually going to keep up. So for example, I'm going to switch between a C chord, a G7, and an F chord, and on purpose, my left hand is going to be late. The timing is going to be off. You're going to hear some open strings, but my right hand is going to keep strumming and keep the beat no matter what. All right, so it'll sound like this. As my students develop their rhythm and their chord changes, they start to notice that their left hand does catch up. So how do you incorporate this into your home routine? First, start with a very simple strumming pattern. I recommend just quarter notes. Down, 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 or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, eventually you can work into a more complicated strumming pattern, and then the other way that you can incorporate this is that just practicing between maybe 2 chords or 3 chords that are giving you some trouble, or maybe they're just new in your repertoire, and just practice switching between those chords. Just over and over and over again with the strumming pattern. It doesn't have to be in time with a song or anything. I just recommend that you isolate that part of the song or just a couple of chords, practice strumming in between them, between those few chords, and then eventually put that within the context of a song. Another way to incorporate this into your practice is use a metronome. I made a video on how to use a metronome and how to practice with a metronome. I'm going to put that in the cards above and the description box below because it really can become your friend. As soon as you really develop that internal rhythm with the help of the external rhythm of the metronome, really helps you smooth out your chord transitions and keep the beat. The second strategy is kind of piggybacking off of the first strategy, and that is keep that right hand going, but leave the previous chord just a little bit early, and then you keep strumming so that you land on the other chord or the next chord right on count 1. This works really well if you have maybe a big jump in your fretboard from the lower part of the neck to the upper part of the neck, or to a bar chord. I'm going to switch between a G and a B minor chord, and you're going to hear some open spaces or some strings. So first I'm going to strum quickly, and then I'm going to slow it down so you can hear the clicks or the open strings in between. My right hand is going to keep that beat. Slow it down so you can hear it. Did you hear that? That open string? I kept that right hand going, but I left that G just a little bit early to get to that B minor right on count 1. So if I have an E minor to a B minor, did you hear that those open strings? Oh, now most rhythm players, they actually do that, but because they just keep that rhythm going no matter what, even if their left hand is leaving the fretboard or their fingers aren't touching any more strings, they keep that right hand going. You don't really notice it until somebody really points that out, or you're really looking for it or listening for it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, like I have to make sure I play that G chord all 4 counts and then make sure I do that quick change to the B minor. Haha. For me, I find it more effective that if I leave that G just slightly early, keep that rhythm going, and then that B minor or the next chord is right on count 1. It helps smooth out that chord transition, not chord transition. What would be a chord transition? Leave that in the comment section below. What is a chord transition? For a chord transition, it just smooths it out if you keep that rhythm going. So don't be afraid of that open space. If you want to work on your bar chords, I have a bar chord bootcamp course on my Patreon page where we work on strumming in between those open chords and those bar chords. Lots of exercises, lots of songs there. Those are just 2 ways to practice your chord transitions. I have other videos. I'm going to put those on the cards all around me. And please let me know what you'd like to see in the next one. What other questions do you have? I'd love to know. Okay, have a great day. Bye.